Hey everybody, this is Dr. Kaiser, and I wanted to make a little video here to give you an idea of how to use the oviatt library resources for searching for literature for your independent project. So I'm going to go ahead and show you my screen now. Hopefully you can see the screen. And what I'd like to do is give you a tour of the databases here at CSUN. So if you just go to the oviatt library page, what you want to do is click on the button called Databases, and it's going to take you to a page that has a variety of subjects. So you're going to scroll down to where it says Chemistry and Biochemistry, and there are several very good, very useful databases that you may want to use. The first one I want to show you is scifinder. Scifinder is a very powerful database, but a little bit hard to use if you're just seeing it for the first time. It used to be something you had to install on your desktop, but now we have a web version. So you're going to click on this, connect to scifinder web. Now, if it's your first time using it, you're going to have to do this process here of registering. So what you're going to do is you are going to create a username and password that are different from your CSUN login credentials. And there are some very kind of strict rules for exactly your password. So it says here some tips. It has to be a certain length. It has to have certain symbols. It has to have upper and lower case. And so you may have to come up with a unique password for that. Then they'll send you, I believe, a confirmation email, and you will get your login information. So once you log into scifinder, what you can do is go to the general area of exploring, and you can explore by topic. Let's say you want to explore by topic, and you can just type in any old like search string as you would in Google. So let's say I want to look for phenidin. A certain molecule by name, common name, and it's going to come up with quite a lot of references you can see here. So I would just hit checkbox on one of those boxes, and it's going to come up with all kinds of different publications. Now I can filter these publications by using the refine feature, and or let's say category. So those would be different ways that you could refine your or filter your results. Now, delphinidin is the blue pigment that is responsible for the color of flowers. So you can see I'm getting a lot of hits here about fruits, possibly flowers. But for our class, you would want to select analytical chemistry and probably analysis. And then you could select by method, you could select by source, or a variety of different things. So let's say we're going to just select reversed phase, HPLC, and that would filter our results accordingly. And then let's say you want to get one of these papers. You could go ahead and click on the paper, and it will come up here. And then let's say you want to, let's say you want to get this paper. How would you get the paper? Okay, this is an example of a patent. So patents are a different type of source for information. I don't think that would probably be the best thing for your paper. I mean, for your research project. Let's see if we can filter these again by analytical chemistry, analysis, reverse phase HPLC. Okay, so I'm going to check on that particular paper, and then I'm going to click on okay, let's say I just want to get this paper. So maybe I want to go to a different database. Another common database that we use in chemistry and biochemistry is I tend to use Web of Science. That's my favorite database. And if I'm searching by title, I can just paste the title from that other paper in here. And now it has actually found the paper. Then I would click on Find Text, and that's going to find that text in CSUN's catalog to make sure that we have it and or how we can get it. So it says here we don't have a physical copy at CSUN, but you can still get it. So you can either search for that title on Google Scholar, or you can look at other ways to get it right here. So it's saying I have to sign in. So my options now are request via interlibrary loan or search for the article on Google Scholar. And if I look on Google Scholar, I have access to what it looks like is a PDF from ResearchGate. Boom, here's the paper. Perfect. So these would be two databases that you could definitely use for your independent project. Now, one other feature of scifinder that I wanted to show you is how to search via molecular structure. And one thing that I use for my structures is called chemsketch. It's like a free version of ChemDraw. And what you can do is you can draw the molecule that you're interested in. So this is a molecule that I looked for during my PhD. And then what you would do is you would save this as a .mol or .cxf file, and then you can upload that to scifinder Scholar. So what you can do is you can do explore. Instead of searching by a search string, you can actually search by chemical structure. So if I go in here, and because I have a touch screen, it's really hard to draw the molecule for me in this particular structure editor. So what I can do is just import that molecule that I already had drawn. And if you can see now, the molecule is in there. And then I can hit OK on that. And now that molecule is my search string. So I click on search. And now what it's going to show me is a variety of structures to choose from. So usually I just choose whichever one has the most hits. Like you can see that this number 1 has the most hits, 652 hits, and the other ones each only have like 1 or 3 hits of publication. So I'm going to select that one, and then I'm going to click on Get References. And then I'm going to, again, filter my results for analytical studies. That way I don't get like a ton of papers in biology that I'm not interested in. And now you can see that this particular compound is found in citrus, as well as other flowers And so let's see, let's say I want to go for one of these papers. I can again do what I was showing you before, is highlight the title and just search for that in Web of Science. Another good thing about Web of Science is it saves your search history. So if you accidentally close, if you accidentally close the window, that's a problem. But if you, let's see, it doesn't like that one. So you see this doesn't always work. One other thing that you can do if you can't find it via the title is you could try searching by any of the keywords or authors. So that was a title search, but you can also search by topic. And you can see this only got me 8 different hits. It doesn't look like any of these are that same one. But what you can do is you can filter your results by publication date. You can filter it by number of times cited. So let's say you get a lot of hits, but you only want to look at the one that has been cited the most times. That's this one, occurrence. So that's in the journal Phytochemistry. That's a good journal. And the more time cited is going to give you an idea of, like, is that paper very useful or not. Another thing you can do is analyze results if that's of interest to you. And you can rank the results by usually publication year is useful. Like maybe you want to know when was this a hot topic. So for example, there are 2 publications published in 2013. So that's filtering your results by publication date. Maybe this is too narrow of a search. We might need to broaden our search. So if you want to go to your search history, this will show you all of the different searches that you've done and how many results you came up with. So you can see all the searches so far have either been unsuccessful or very narrow. So let's say now I want to do a search, but I want to do a more of a broader search. And of the general area, that's the general molecule, or the whole category of molecules. So hopefully this will come up with. Now you can see we have 22,000 hits, and it may be more useful now to refine or analyze these results. So if we analyze these results, now we can show the top 500, for example. And now we can see that this field of research started in very early, like 1930, 1931 are some of the earliest publications. And in 2016 we had almost 2,000 publications. So this topic has been growing in popularity in recent years. And this is sometimes useful to know sometimes you may revive a topic that was popular 20 years ago and it's no longer popular, but you can see that this topic is very popular right now and is the most popular it's ever been. You can also filter by category, or it's useful, I think, to filter um, out meeting abstracts, reviews, and just keep only articles, journal articles, peer-reviewed research articles. Um, you could also, looking at our categories, you can also filter by category. So let's say we just want to do chemistry analytical. Now you see we have a little bit of a more of a manageable number of papers. All right, so that's pretty much the main things I wanted to show you, and I hope that that gives you a good start to doing some literature searching for your 422 independent project. Bye.